Hi everyone, myself Dr. P. Ashok Babu, working as Professor and Head EC Department. So in this video, I am going to discuss about one of the important topic. It is reflection by a perfect dielectric using normal incidence. So in a plane electromagnetic wave, incident normally on the surface of a perfect dielectric. Part of the energy is transmitted and part of the energy is reflected. A perfect dielectric is one with zero conductivity. So that there is no loss or no absorption of a power in propagation through the dielectric media. So let EI be the electric field strength of the incident wave striking the boundary, and ER be the electric field strength of the reflected wave leaving the boundary in the first medium. And let us assume the second media. In second media, ET be the electric field strength of the transmitted wave propagated into the second medium. And here let us assume epsilon 1 and mu 1 be the constants of a first medium, and epsilon 2 and mu 2 are the constants of the second medium. So here we can define the eta value. Eta or intrinsic impedance eta is equal to eta 1 equal to root of mu 1 by epsilon 1, and eta 2 for media 2 is equal to root of mu 2 by epsilon 2. So here we know that EI is equal to ER, EI by HI is equal to, it is eta 1, and ER by HR is equal to, we can write minus eta 1 or eta 2 depending upon the media. So ET by HT is equal to eta 2 because it is in media 2. So here the continuity of the tangential components of E and H require that. So here it is HI plus HR, incident wave and reflected wave equal to transmitted wave. Similarly, EI plus ER equal to ET. So combine these, if we combine these two equations, so here we have HI plus HR. HI plus HR is equal to, here we can write HT, HI plus HR. HI plus HR equal to, we can write the HD. Or from these equations, HI plus HR is equal to, it is HI is equal to, here HI is equal to, we can write EI by eta 1, and HR is equal to, we can write minus ER by eta 1. So therefore, if you combine these two equations, HI plus HR is equal to, it is 1 by eta 1 is equal to, we can write EI minus ER. 1 by eta 1 equal to EI minus ER, which is equal, but HI plus HR is equal to HT. So therefore, 1 by eta 1 into EI minus ER is equal to HT. HD is nothing but again, HD is equal to ET by eta 2. HD is equal to ET by eta 2. Therefore, here we can write HT is equal to, it is 1 by eta 2 into ET. ET is nothing but EI plus ER. Therefore, it is equal to, HT is equal to 1 by eta 2 into EI plus ER. Now equate the two equations. Here if we equate the two equations, we need to cross multiply the two equations. Therefore, it is eta 2 into EI minus ER is equal to eta 1 into EI plus ER. Again, if you simplify the equation, EI into eta 2 minus E1 is equal to ER into eta 2 plus E1. Therefore, the ratio EI by ER by EI, the ratio of reflected to the incident, the ratio of reflected to the incident ER by EI is equal to, it is eta 2 minus eta 1 by eta 2 plus eta 1. Let us assume it is equation 1. Also, we know that ET by EA, the ratio transmitted to the incident, ET by EA is equal to, because ET is equal to EI plus ER by EI, which is equal to 1 plus ER by EI, which is equal to, so ER by EI is equal to, we know that 1 plus, it is eta 2 minus eta 1 by eta 2 plus eta 1. Simplify the equation. Here if you simplify the equation, eta 2 plus eta 1 plus eta 2 minus eta 1 by, it is eta 1 plus eta 2. So eta 1 cancel each other. Therefore, we have the equation 2 eta 2 by eta 1 plus eta 2. 2 eta 2 by eta 1 plus eta 2. Similarly, you can find out the ratio, magnetic field ratio, HR by HI. HR by HI is equal to, here we can write minus ER by EI. ER by EI, which is equal to minus ER by EI. Already we know the ER by EI, ER by equal to eta 2 minus E1 by eta 2 plus eta 1. Therefore, minus ER by EI is equal to N1 minus eta 1 minus eta 2. Just I am adding the negative sign. Therefore, eta 1 minus eta 2 by eta 2 plus eta 1 is the, let us assume it is equation 3. Similarly, hd by ha. hd by ha is equal to, so here eta 1 into et by eta 2 into ei. Eta 1 into et by eta 2 into ei, which is equal to, so already we have et by ei is there. Et by ei is equal to, we have et by ei is equal to 2 eta 2 by eta 1 plus eta 2 into, so here eta 1 by eta 2. Eta 1 by eta 2. Eta 2 cancel each other. Therefore, we have 2 into eta 1 by eta 1 plus eta 2. Eta 1 by eta 2 is the fourth equation. So here I am assuming mu1 is equal to mu2, which is equal to mu v. Therefore, in the expression ER by EY, you can substitute the in place of eta 2. Eta 2 actually, it is eta 2 is nothing but root of mu by epsilon. Eta is equal to root of mu by epsilon. Therefore, eta 2 means it is root of mu v by epsilon 2 minus root of mu v by epsilon 1 by root of mu v by epsilon 2 plus root of mu v by epsilon 1. Like that, write the expression. So in all the four expressions we have mu v is the common. We can take the mu v in numerator and denominator and we can cancel the equation. So after simplification we have ER by EA is equal to root of epsilon 1 minus root of epsilon 2 by root epsilon 1 plus root epsilon 2. Similarly, we can find out the ET by EA. ET by EA is equal to, here same as the previous one. Here we have 2 into ET by EA is equal to, ET by EA is equal to, here we have 2 eta 2 by eta 1 plus eta 2. 2 eta 2 by eta 1 plus eta 2. Therefore, here we can write 2 into root of eta 2 by, it is mu v by epsilon 2 by root of mu v by epsilon 1 plus root of mu v by epsilon 2. So here we can take a common of mu v in both numerator and denominator. We can cancel each other. Therefore, 2 into 1 by root epsilon 2 by 1 by root epsilon 1 plus 1 by root epsilon 2. So you can take LCM and we can simplify the equation. Therefore, it is 2 into 1 by root epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 root epsilon 1 plus root epsilon 2 by root epsilon 1 into root epsilon 2. Root epsilon 2 cancel each other. Therefore, the equation becomes epsilon 2 into root epsilon 1 by root epsilon 1 plus root epsilon 2. Similarly, we can write the expression for HR by HI. HR by HI equal to root of epsilon 2 minus root of epsilon 1 by root epsilon 2 plus root epsilon 1. Similarly, HT by HI equal to 2 into root epsilon 2 by root epsilon 2 plus root epsilon 1. So, these are the different expressions in terms of epsilon. Next topic, reflection by a perfect insulator using oblique incidence. Reflection by a perfect insulator using oblique incidence. So let us assume the waves are incident at an angle theta 1, and after incident at the surface of a perfect conductor, some of the waves are transmitted and some of the waves are reflected back. So here we can observe from the circuit diagram. So here the reflected wave makes an angle of theta 3 and the transmitted wave makes an angle of theta 2. And here from the circuit diagram, here we can observe that CB is the distance traveled by a ray 2 and AD is the distance traveled by a ray 1. Like that, we can assume the two distances. The two distances are equal in the circuit diagram. So here if the plane wave is incident upon a boundary surface, that is not parallel to the plane containing E and H, the boundary conditions are more complex. So therefore, a part of the wave will be transmitted and the part of the wave is reflected. But in this case, the transmitted wave will be refracted. But in the particular case, the transmitted wave will be refracted back to the condition. Refracted back. So therefore, that is the direction of propagation will be altered from the previous one. So for in the diagram, the incident ray travels a distance of CB. Let us assume the incident ray is an incident ray 2. It is the incident ray 1. The incident ray 2 travel a distance of CB, and the incident ray 1 travel a distance of AD from the and reflected ray travels a distance of A to E. and the reflected wave. Reflected wave travels a distance of A to E. Next, so let us assume V1 and V2 are the velocities. V1 is the velocity of the media 1 and V2 is the velocity of media 2. Then we can write V1 by V2. V1 by V2 equal to CB by AD. From the figure, we can write CD by AB, CB by AD. CB is the velocity of electron in media 1 and AD is the velocity of ray in media 2. Therefore, V1 by V2, the velocities, two velocities ratio V1 by V2 equal to, we can write CB by AD. We can write CB by AD. Now, but CB by AB, from figure, CB by AB equal to sin theta 1 again. So, CB by AB. So, CB by AB. AB is the hypotenuse, CB is the opposite side. Opposite by hypotenuse will give the sine of the angle. Here, let us assume it is some theta 1 is there. So, opposite by hypotenuse will give the sine of the angle. Therefore, sin theta 1 is equal to CB by AB equal to sin theta 1 and AD by AB. So, AD by AB is equal to again sin theta 2. Opposite by hypotenuse will give the again sin theta 2. Therefore, AD by AB is equal to sin theta 2. AD by AB equal to sin theta 2. Therefore, the ratios V1 by V2 is equal to again here in place of AB. In place of CB, here I am writing AB sin theta 1. In place of AD, here I am writing AB sin theta 2. So, AB cancel each other. Therefore, V1 by V2 equal to sin theta 1 by sin theta 2. Sin theta 1 by sin theta 2. So, in terms of the constants of the media, V1 and V2 are given by, we know that V equal to 1 by root mu epsilon. Therefore, V1 equal to, we can write 1 by root of mu 1 epsilon 1. In place of mu, we can assume the mu V. Therefore, 1 by root of mu V, 1 by root of mu V, that is root of 1 by mu V into epsilon 1. Similarly, it is V2. V2 is equal to, similarly it is V2 is equal to 1 by root of mu 2 epsilon 2, which is equal to 1 by root of mu V into epsilon 2. Therefore, sin theta, the ratio of sin theta 1 by sin theta 2. So, ratio of sin theta 1 by sin theta 2 equal to root of epsilon 2 by epsilon 1. Ratio of sin theta 1 by sin theta 2 is equal to sin theta 1 by sin theta 2 equal to root of epsilon 2 by epsilon 1. Furthermore, we can assume that AE is equal to CB. What is AE and what is CB? So, please observe the diagram AE and CB. So, AE is the reflected wave distance. CB is the incident wave distance. So, here we can assume that the reflected wave distance is equal to incident wave distance from the figure. AE is equal to CB. And as a result, sin theta 1 equal to, we can assume sin theta 2, because incident wave and reflected wave both are traveling equal distances. We can assume the sin theta 1 angles, both the angles are equal. Therefore, sin theta 1 equal to, let us assume sin theta 1 equal to sin theta 3, or we can assume simply theta 1 equal to theta 3. So, here the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of refraction. Therefore, the angle of incident is related to the angle of refraction, which is known as law of sines or Snell's law. The angle of incidence is equal to angle of refraction. Then we can call it as a law of sines, or which is also known as a Snell's law. So, here the power transmitted per square meter in the wave is the vector product of E and H. According to the Poynting's theorem, we know that P is equal to E cross H. The product of electric and magnetic field will use the power generated. Since E and H are right angles to each other, so in this case, the power transmitted per square meter is equal to E square by eta, where E is the electric field intensity, eta is the intrinsic impedance. Therefore, the power in the incident wave striking AB will be proportional to incident power. The incident power is, so it is E square by I. So, because it is the angle, because we have the angle theta 1 in the incident plane, therefore, EA square by eta 1 into cos theta 1, and the reflected wave will be, it is 1 by eta 1 into ER square into, actually it is cos theta 3, but theta 1 equal to theta 3, therefore, here directly we can write 1 by eta 1 into ER square cos theta 1, and the transmitted through a boundary will be, it is 1 by eta 2, it is a media 2, 1 by eta 2 into ET square into cos theta 2. So, by the conservation of energy, we can write that the incident energy is equal to reflected energy plus transmitted energy. Therefore, the incident energy is 1 by eta 1 into EA square cos theta 1. Reflected power is 1 by E1 into ER square cos theta 1, and the transmitted power is 1 by eta 2 into ET square into cos theta 2. Therefore, here the ratio we can divide the equation on both sides with EI square cos theta 1 by eta 1. Divide the equation on both sides with EI square cos theta 1 by eta 1, EI square cos theta 1 by eta 1. Therefore, the equation becomes, so here it is eta square by EI square equal to 1 minus eta 1 by eta 2 into ET square by EI square into cos theta 2 by cos theta 1. Cos theta 2 by cos theta 1. Therefore, here we can write the expression as ER square by EI square equal to 1 minus root, here in place of epsilon 1, here in place of eta 1, here I am writing root of mu 1 by epsilon 1, or it is equal to root of mu v by epsilon 1. Similarly, in place of eta 2, root of mu v by epsilon 2. So here if you substitute eta 1 by eta 2, we have root of epsilon 1 by root of epsilon 2 by, here we have the value root of epsilon 2 by root of epsilon 1 into ET square by EA square is same as previous one, cos theta 2 by cos theta 1. Cos theta 2 by cos theta 1. Next. So here again there are two conditions. First one is a perpendicular polarization or horizontal polarization. Second one is a parallel polarization or vertical polarization. So here first we will see the first polarization. So here the case one, perpendicular or horizontal polarization. So in this case, the electric vector E is perpendicular to the plane of incidence and parallel to the reflecting surface. So let the electric field strength EI of the incident wave be the incident wave be in the positive x direction, and let the assumed positive direction for ER and ET in the reflected and transmitted waves, and also be in the positive direction. All are assumed in the positive directions only. Then apply the boundary conditions that the tangential component of E is continuous across the boundary. So according to the boundary conditions, we can write the incident and reflected waves equal to transmitted wave. Therefore, here it can be expressed as divide the equation on both sides with EI. Therefore, it is EI by EI plus it is ER by EI, which is equal to ET by EI. Therefore, ET by EI is equal to 1 plus ER by EI. ET by EI is equal to 1 plus ER by EI. Now we can substitute ET by EI is equal to 1 plus ER by EI in equation 3. So here in equation 3 we have ET by EI whole square is there. Therefore, here we need to substitute 1 plus ER by EI whole square in equation 3. Therefore, ER square by EI square equal to 1 minus root of epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 into 1 plus ER by EI whole square into cos theta 2 by cos theta 1. So here we can again simplify the equation as, so here in this one right side one we can move to the left hand side. Therefore, it becomes 1 minus ER square by EI square equal to root of epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 into 1 plus ER by EI whole square into cos theta 2 by cos theta 1. So here it can be expressed as, it is just like A square minus B square. A square minus B square, it can be expressed as 1 minus ER by EI into 1 plus ER by EI. And here we have 1 plus ER by EI whole square is here. Here we can cancel the 1 plus ER by EI on both sides. Therefore, after cancellation, here we have 1 minus ER by EI. 1 minus ER by EI is equal to, here it is root of epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 into 1 plus ER by EI into cos theta 2 by cos theta 1. Now, if you simplify the equation and find the expression for ER by EI, so it is root epsilon 1 cos theta 1 minus root epsilon 2 cos theta 2 by root epsilon 1 cos theta 1 plus root epsilon 2 cos theta 2. Now, from equation 1, what is the equation 1? Equation 1 is sin theta 1 by sin theta 2 equal to root of epsilon 2 by epsilon 1. The equation 1 is sin theta 1 by sin theta 2 is equal to root of epsilon 2 by epsilon 1. So from sin theta expression, here we can write root epsilon 2 cos theta 2. Root epsilon 2 cos theta 2 equal to, so it is root of epsilon 2 into under root it becomes 1 minus sin square theta 2, 1 minus sine square theta 2. So in place of sine square theta 2, square the equation on both sides. Therefore, it is sine square theta 1 by sine square theta 2 is equal to, it is epsilon 2 by epsilon 1, or sine square theta 1 theta 2 is equal to sine square theta 2 is equal to, here we can write epsilon 1 by epsilon 2 into sine square theta 1. So we need to substitute in the equation. So here if you substitute in the equation, it becomes, after simplification, it becomes root of epsilon 2 minus epsilon 1 into sine square theta 1. Then we need to substitute in the equation. It is ER by EI is equal to root epsilon 1 cos theta 1 minus root of epsilon 2 minus epsilon 1 sine square theta 1 by root epsilon 1 cos theta 1 plus root of epsilon 2 minus epsilon 1 sine square theta 1. So here again we can further simplify the equation. So here in place of sine square theta 1, here in place of sine square theta 1, so here we can take a common of epsilon 1 here. Here if we take epsilon 1 common and outside, and we can cancel the epsilon 1 in both numerator and denominator. Therefore the equation becomes ER by EA is equal to cos theta 1 minus root of epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 minus sine square theta 1 by cos theta 1 plus root of epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 minus sine square theta 1. So here we need to substitute the equation. If we substitute the equation, then we can easily complete the derivation. Next, so case 2. Case 2 is a parallel or vertical polarization. So here in this case, E is parallel to the plane of incidence and H is parallel to the reflecting surface. So here if you apply the boundary condition that the tangential component of E is continuous across the boundary, therefore here we can write the expression as EI minus ER into cos theta 1 is equal to ET into cos theta 2, where ET transmitted wave is in media 2, incident and reflected waves are in media 1. Therefore here we can write the ET by EI. Just you divide the equation on both sides with EI. So here if you divide the equation on both sides with EI, ET by EI is equal to 1 minus ER by EI into cos theta 1 by cos theta 2. Substitute this into equation 3. So equation 3 is again, therefore here equation 3. So it is a equation 3. So ER by ER square by EA square equal to 1 minus root epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 into ET by EA whole square into cos theta 2 by cos theta 1. So here if you substitute this in equation 3, so here the equation 3 becomes ER by EI whole square equal to 1 minus root epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 into 1 minus ER by EI whole square into cos theta 1 by cos theta 2. So again here we need to simplify the equation. So here it is 1 plus, just like 1 minus, it is ER by EI into 1 plus ER by E. A square minus B square equal to A plus B into A minus B. So here we need to cancel the 1 minus ER by EI on both the sides. Therefore we have 1 plus ER by EI root of epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 into 1 minus ER by EI into cos theta 1 by cos theta 2. Again here I am simplifying the equation. Here if we simplify the equation, finally we have ER by EI is equal to root epsilon 2 cos theta 1 minus root epsilon 1 cos theta 2 by root epsilon 2 cos theta 1 plus root epsilon 1 cos theta 2. We have the equation like this. And again, we can simplify the equation using the sin theta 1 by sin theta 2 equal to root of epsilon 2 by epsilon 1. We have the expression sin theta 1 by sin theta 2 is equal to root of epsilon 2 by epsilon 1. We need to substitute in this equation. Therefore, epsilon 2 cos theta 1. So, in place of root epsilon 1 cos theta 2. So, here I am writing in place of cos theta 2 cos theta 2. Within the root, it is 1 minus sin square theta 2. So, in place of sin square theta 2, here I am substituting epsilon 1 by epsilon 2 into sin square theta 1. Therefore, if you substitute in the equation and rearrange the equation, we have ER by EA is equal to epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 cos theta 1 minus root of epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 minus sin square theta 1. And it is epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 into cos theta 1 plus root of epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 minus sin square theta 1. So, this is the final expression for parallel polarization. So, here we can I will show one expression. So, it is root of epsilon 1 into 1 minus, in place of sin square theta 1, here I am writing epsilon 1 by epsilon 2 sine square theta 1. So here if you take LCM, it is root of epsilon 1 into epsilon 2 minus it is epsilon 1 into sine square theta 1 by it is epsilon 2. Therefore, if you express that equation or if you multiply the equation, complete equation. So here it is sine square theta 1 in place of sine square theta 2. Here I am substituting sine square theta 2 in place of sine square theta 2. Just a minute. Sine square theta 2 is there in place of sine square theta 2. It is epsilon 1 just at the root of epsilon 1 into it is 1 minus epsilon 1 by epsilon 2 into sine square theta 1. It is the expression. So we need to multiply the take LCM and simplify the equation. It is epsilon 1 into it is epsilon 2 minus epsilon 1 sine square theta 1 by epsilon 2 within the root. It is epsilon 1 by epsilon 2 into epsilon 2 minus epsilon 1 sine square theta 1 like this. To simplify the equation totally, in total equation we have if you take common of epsilon 2 or it is here epsilon 2 is there, so it can take outside and we can multiply the equation. Therefore, after simplification we have the final expression like this. So this is about the parallel polarization. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.